I gotta restart Streamlabs, man. This is a glitchy job. I think I'm gonna fucking switch to OBS today. Oh my god, everything just got okay. Everything gets out of whack when I have to I have to do this, so you're gonna have to bear with me or leave. Do this, go. Ah, okay, what's the other one? I'm gonna start using OBS. Fuck Streamlabs. Actually, I'm gonna start doing that today. That's what I'm doing today. I'm switching everything off of Streamlabs onto OBS. This is just fucking every day. It's ridiculous, dude. I can't even click on the shit I want to like. I am leaving Streamlabs. That's what I'm doing today. Yeah. That's what I'm doing today. Where is it? Oh my god, I look forward to it actually. It's gonna be the most eventful day of the month for me. Getting off of this shit, dude. This is the worst idea I ever had, was getting on Streamlabs rather than OBS. Oh, yay. There's just so much stuff on here. I deleted it earlier and rearranged it, and now it just undid all that for some reason. It's all there, like, I can't do it anymore, dude. I'm wasting all my time fucking with Streamlabs, man. Just getting these tickers back up is taking me minutes. Can't find what the hell I'm looking for. Oh, my shit's so disorganized on here, dude. I can't find the picker in the list.
You see, I'm a guy of simple taste.
not even fucking there anymore. Oh my god, it's so weird. Alright, I gotta fix this time.
Time to nut up or shut up.
Why is it this? Fuck. And now you're just gonna full screen it. Alright, what? Alright, this. There now, it's like, it does weird glitchy shit like that. I just deleted what I just made and now all of a sudden it's there. But it's not there. It's wrong. Oh my god. There. Too glitchy, man. I'm done with fucking done with my streaming stores. Dude. So like that I have to delete everything like that. I have to delete everything. Then it's blank. Then tired of the fucking bullshit, dude. Tired of having to re-click over like all day. This is what I do. I have to re-click shit. What am I doing with my life, man? I gotta get off of Streamlabs is what it is. This shit, it just messes up too much. It's too glitchy, man. I don't know. I think it's so many new people use it to stream that it's just it's over fucking whelmed with shit. It's just shit now. Streamlabs sucks. Using it as your streaming source is the worst. And I gotta get off of it today. That's what I'm doing. Right now, I'm just trying to get this ticker back up. It's taking me a lot of time just because it's fucking Streamlabs. And that's because Streamlabs just sucks. Is it actually working yet? No. It still shows Bitcoin right there.
Hi there.
But if I put it to the window for Bitcoin, it shows Ethereum price on the small one now. So I'm downloading OBS right now, and I'm going from there, dude. My mouth really hurts. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Dude. Yeah, come in. Canada. Greg. Respect. Yo, Broken Maid, Jessica Jaden. Hey, Gooden 90. Oh, there's a press conference right now. That actually might be a bad idea, dude. That's painful. Painful coffee. Makes you a man. Dude.
Talk about next step. Go.
Come on, hop.
By the
Back a little bit. Come on, back a
being
little.
here.
Right. Boom. Boom.
Say his name.
Everything's almost right. How am I getting with the fucking how the camera's all crazy looking?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We first like to thank the media for being here today to cover this. We would like to thank our state conference president, Dr. T. Anthony Spearman, and Dr. Reverend William Barber, and to all of the citizens of Pasquotank County and all of the persons that you see standing behind us. I am Keith Rivers, president of the Pasquotank County branch of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. We are outraged with the district attorney's actions and decisions. We have been outraged by the Sheriff Wooten's actions and decisions. In the name of justice, Andrew Brown. Dr. King once said, "We are not satisfied and will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream." We are not satisfied in Pasquotank County. We are not satisfied with Sheriff Wooten's lack of structural integrity, decision-making, inability to enforce his own policies. We will not be satisfied until he resigns. We are not satisfied with District Attorney Wombley and his inability to carry out his duties without prejudice and concern for the Brown family and our community. We will not be satisfied until this letter is sent to the U.S. Department of Justice that demands to expedite an independent investigation of Andrew Brown Jr.'s death and open an immediate pattern and practice investigation into the sheriff and district attorney's office.
Hold on.
We will not be satisfied until we get justice for Andrew Brown and so many others. I was once asked, how long will we fight? And in the words of Dr. Barber, he once told me that we will fight until hell freezes over, and then we will fight on ice. I'll now be followed by our state conference president, Dr. Reverend T. Anthony Spearman.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, President Rivers. For far too long, and on far too many occasions, we have stood by and watched the obstruction of justice unfold before our very eyes, while the justice that was sought for the dead gets buried in the graves of those who have been killed by law enforcement, or confined in the cages of those convicted or conspired against of crimes that they never committed. How long will it take before those who are called to uphold justice finally uphold justice? Since District Attorney Andrew Womble's announcement last Tuesday, I have been haunted by too many questions. Questions like, why was it important that the DA put on the record that the deputies involved in the shooting have no prior excessive force complaints in order to justify his decision? that Andrew Brown Jr. had to die to protect the lives of the deputies. And I have been wondering if Andrew Brown Jr. had a chance to speak, what would Andrew have to say? I get a little peculiar sometimes. Would he get transparent and tell us who he was selling drugs for? Would he get, after all, if he had 3 grams of cocaine and 3 grams of methamphetamines, there had to be someone who had 300 grams of each. Could Andrew answer any of the numerous questions raised by District Attorney Andrew Womble and base them on facts, evidence, and the law, as Womble claims he was compelled to do last Tuesday? Would Andrew be able to help us to understand just what's going on and bring to crystal clarity the silent in the grave story of what happened on April 21st and satisfy our minds that there is no systemic corruption within the sheriffs or the district attorneys or even the judge's office? After all, District Attorney Womble seemed driven and almost obsessed to plant in our minds that the first bullet shot went through the front of the windshield of Andrew's car. Yet the bullet, the kill shot, came from the rear. Why was the life of this poor black man disposed of in such a cruel and callous way? And why is it so important, now that you have killed his body, to return to the scene of the crime, cremate his character, and lynch his legacy? Andrew, can you answer any of my questions? No. But I bet a few of the officers can. I bet Deputy Ruth can. And I bet even Andrew Womble can. Not sure about anyone else, but I have a big problem paying, disciplining, and retraining known murderers as if they were being rewarded for a job well done. Andrew, why did you have to die? Let me ask it one more time. Andrew, why did you have to die? And there I would rest my case and pray that if no one else does, that the United States Department of Justice would pick the case up right there. If something is being covered up, what is it? Who is this Deputy Ruth? Andrew, what were you doing in Dare County? Who is Kevin Morris and Chris and Tiffany Bach? What is midget reality or realty? We, the NAACP, the North Carolina NAACP, repairs of the briefs, Pasquotank branch, have respectfully requested the immediate
Y'all knock all your negative bullshit off, or I'm gonna ban your asses.
in matters pertaining to the murder of Andrew Brown Jr.
Shut the fuck up. You don't have anything nice to say, shut the fuck
Jim
up.
Crow and Ku Klux Klan style government in North Carolina. In light of the announcement made last Tuesday, we've reconsidered, decided that we need to amend a letter and invite others to sign on to that letter, which we're going to ask you to do at the close of this press conference. There's too much corruption in
I have all this
Elizabeth
negativity
City.
in my shit whole
We
chat.
need the FBI
I'll get rid of you.
to continue its investigation. There's
Here, I don't
too
care who
much
you are.
corruption in Elizabeth City. God and Andrew sent me to tell you that it's time to kill some corruption. The kind that will cause county commissioners to cower complicitly in silence as it creeps in on their integrity. It's time to kill some corruption, the kind that blinds the public from the truth while shielding and protecting the kings of crime and penalizing the pawns of poverty. It's time to kill some corruption, the kind that produces an extreme arrogance as it overshadows a supreme ignorance and demands that you see what it sees. Sorry, Womble, we don't see what you see. And this time, yours will not be the final word. It's time to kill some corruption. I give to you now, Chairman of Repairers of the Breach, President of the Repairers of the Breach, and the co-chair of the Poor People's Campaign, Bishop William J. Barber II.
Today is the 21st, right?
That's right.
It's the 30-day anniversary of what the lawyers who've seen the tape and the family who've seen the tape said was clearly a modern-day execution. Before I go any further, I want it to be clear that the young and the old, the folk marching in the street, and those that are pushing for full investigation, we are unified.
Together, that's right.
We come here, Dr. Spearman and I are both North Carolinians. I was born in Eastern North Carolina. My father went to Elizabeth City State. I've got cousins in this city. I grew up with Keith and his brothers, and my father and his father were just like that. We're not outsiders, we're insiders determined to get inside what the truth is.
That's it. That's it.
And that's why when we close this press conference, the letter that we would normally send up to DOJ, to the NAACP, and Repairers of the Breach are put together with the Pascal tank. Normally it would go up under the signatures of the presidents. But today we're gonna actually have the community sign. Because we want U.S. Attorney General Garland to understand that all of us are demanding a pattern and practice investigation in both the sheriff's office and the DA's office that will cover this county and all the counties that the DA began in this county, but then cover all the ones that he got. And that's serious business, pattern and practice. And that we stand behind a full FBI investigation of the Justice Department. First thing I want to make clear, this is letters going up, and Keith and your brother tonight, as people gather, we want more folk to sign on. Preachers, you all can take this to your churches and have your members sign on. Let's send let's send him a 500 or 1,000 signatures and say we need expedited. We need an expedited.
Yes.
Like right now.
Yesterday.
Right, because of the lying and the untruth that's going on. We are people of faith, and we know only the truth can set you free. The second thing I want to say is what happened this week with District Attorney Womble is nothing less than scandalous. And I've talked to some lawyers, high-ranking lawyers in law school, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't being biased. And they have said to me that was one of the most biased,
That's right. Yeah. Yes, it was.
contrary to jurisprudence, press conferences of a DA they had ever seen.
Ever seen. Ever seen.
Ever seen. First, the DA is not the defense lawyer for the deputies. He's supposed to be for the people.
Yes, sir.
Secondly, why would the DA have his press conference at the same time of the historic appointment of a black female, Eula Reed, to the Superior Court at the same time. Thirdly, why did he keep repeating, we couldn't let him go?
That's it.
Did y'all?
That's
See,
it.
sometimes the Spirit makes you say what you don't really want to say, and you don't even know you saying it. Who ever heard of that? This is not dead or alive. A warrant is not a license to kill. We have had Dalen Roof, who really killed people in South Carolina, came to North Carolina and was arrested and given a lunch. There are case after cases where people who have committed mass murder have been arrested. I mean, even in our history, we arrested Al Capone. They didn't even kill him. We couldn't let him go.
It makes sense.
President, we couldn't let him go.
He's
First
onto
of all, where
something
was he
with
going?
Yeah.
If you're a real police department. And he was riding away.
That's right.
And if you were concerned about exiting, why didn't you block the streets off? And why didn't you make sure that the city chief of police knew you were having a tactical SWAT-like team in a residential and school zone?
Talk about it.
They shot another house too.
Now, I don't normally cuss. But what the hell kind of fools you think we are? Now, we are nonviolent, but we ain't peaceful. Not in the terms of just being quiet and accepting. We are concerned, we are disturbed.
Hey, Timothy,
if this
thanks, man.
becomes the pattern of the law of the land and the law of North Carolina, that a warrant is a license to kill,
Tony,
and that
welcome,
a
dude.
DA has a decision that
Thank you,
we
brother.
couldn't let him go, and allows murder, who is safe?
Help us. Help us. Help
Look
us.
at what we see just happen in Louisiana on CNN last night,
Yeah.
where they didn't release the tapes for 2 years, and now look what's coming out. They said the man was in a wreck. We can't have this kind
Oh,
of
I need to watch
cover-up.
that one.
Huh? And it's scandalous. It's the worst example of jurisprudence by a DA that I've ever seen and many attorneys ever seen. I had one, last thing I'll say, I had one of the officers from another county when this first happened, he spoke on anonymity. He said to me, this is all our fault and this is bad. And he was white. He said, this is bad. I hope more of them will come out and say that. The DAs across this state ought to be speaking out against what Wombo did. Then there's a second thing, and I'm through. What do you mean, DA Wombo, the only way there can be recourse to what you did is at the election bar? What country are you living in? Because in these United States, see, we understand it. That's a form of Southern arrogance that thinks that you have so much state and county rights that the federal government has no authority over you. Maybe that was the case when Trump and Barr were running things. But now we know that we have a U.S. Attorney General and people who are willing to do pattern and practices, and we're calling on them to do it post-haste. For him to say that, well, you can't touch me, you can't say anything about it unless you come to the ballot box. And then on two things, he's not even running again for DA, trying to run for the judgeship. But that's not America. Even the DA has to submit to the U.S. Constitution. The 5th and 4th Amendment, the 14th Amendment, equal protection under law. Under law. And so we don't have to wait till the ballot box.
That's right.
We can get a federal investigation now. We can call for pattern and practices now. We can keep marching nonviolently now. But the kind of nonviolent march that creates the necessary, what Dr. King called positive tension.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And make it very clear, make it very clear. We don't plan to go anywhere. If anything, I want to say today we're already in conversations about how we can work with the local to intensify our nonviolent actions and agitation. We've already been in contact with people across the state that want to do simultaneous marches with the local folk all over the state. We stand with those who have decided to engage in nonviolent civil disobedience, because this cannot stand. None of us is safe.
That's right.
Until all of us is safe.
That's right.
And a piece of paper, a gun, and a badge is too much power for a racist, for a bigot, and for a cover-up.
Lord Jesus.
And a warrant is not a license to kill. And you never say that officers of the law have the right, dead or alive, because that's what that means, the way I interpret it. We could not let him go. Now, I didn't say that. That's what Wombo said.
That's right.
Yeah. Huh?
What did he know?
That's right. That is the question. What did he know? That's why I'm raising it. Why? Why did this have to happen to this young man? Why couldn't they let him go and arrest him alive? Why? That is the question. That is the question. What did he know? And what did some people not want him to let the rest of us know? And the judicial system beyond this county to know. And so until there is truth and full accountability and transparency, we will continue. And today, after the questions, if you have any, we're gonna line up, and we hope you all take it. The young folk, we want young folk. Anybody, if you're in America, you can sign this letter. That baby can sign this letter. And the young folk here, and it's going straight up to D.C. And I understand from Keith, President Rivers, if have to, we're gonna get a bus. Y'all gonna get a bus and go up to D.C. The first week in June, and he'll tell y'all about that. But make no mistake, what Wombo did this past week will only intensify and embolden our nonviolent righteous agitation, because we must have truth. We must have transparency. We must have accountability, and we must know what did he know that made it such that they couldn't let him go. Are there questions from the members of the media?
Suspension is only a week, Bill.
Any questions from members of
The
the
strike's
media?
still there for 3 months.
If there are none, let's line up. Yes, sir. Who are you with?
Wavy TV.
Yes, sir.
What do you hope federal probe would accomplish?
The federal probe does two things. We
Go to
need an
their
FBI
channel, dude.
investigation of the murder itself. Remember in South Carolina, when the DA didn't convict Michael Schlager, who shot the brother Scott in the back on camera? Remember, it was the federal government that came in, they filed federal charges, and they convicted. The federal government convicted, even though South Carolina. The same thing could happen here. But there needs to be a full criminal review. You see up in Milwaukee now, there are 4 officers that are being prosecuted under the federal guidelines. So that's the first thing. But the second thing we need is a pattern and practice. What's going on? What's been going on? What gave these officers the feeling of impunity that they could do this? What made them think they could roll up in the city of Elizabeth City and not even talk to the city police? What made them think they could do this with a tactical unit? What made them combine with Pasquotank and Dare County? What is it from? Because the DA covers all these counties. So if you read this letter, it'll be very clear about what is being asked for. But he started this. He started this, Wombo, and we're gonna end it. He started it. First, when he defended the officers to keep the tapes from coming out. That was the first wrong thing, bad. And secondly, when he said, if you want any recourse, I'm not quoting him exactly, you just meet me at the ballot box. No, Mr. Wombo, no. So we're gonna sign, and we're going to let's create a line.
Reverend Barber?
Yes. Another question?
May I speak to the man from Wavy?
No. Yeah. We want to have this. We want to focus on this signing. Can we get this sign? Can y'all get in the line? We want y'all. This is the most important thing. Let the media see you taking your actions as a community. Come on, Rev. Come on, young folk.
The other channel link is in the description. Dude, running your circumventing a ban with the alt. You really should just apologize and get your other name back. Just to do that on Discord.
You all got copies, and you can get it online. We will not split up. Street and the sweet. No, we're together. Unified.
Be here every day. Thank you.
All right, you are watching right now as members of the community in Elizabeth City sign a petition. This petition, our understanding from this press conference that was just held by civil rights leaders, will be delivered to the U.S. Department of Justice. Bishop William Barber specifically stating that this will be taken to U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland. And they're essentially looking for both a continued investigation by the FBI and also a pattern and practice investigation.
No, he didn't.
Bishop Barber specifically saying by name District Attorney Andrew Womble, as well as the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Tommy Wooten.
Bo just welcome. But we're just so religious.
Killed in our town, and his name was Andrew Brown.
Hey, that's a good one. Hey, who came with that one? Thinking outside the box.
Again, it was on Tuesday that District Attorney Andrew Womble held a press conference where he played back footage, body camera footage from the day that Andrew Brown Jr. was killed, and also shared that he would not be charging the 3 deputies who opened fire killing Brown.
They should not have kill shotted him, man.
Following that decision by the DA not to charge, there continue to be protests each night in Elizabeth City, as there have been throughout the month of
they need to
April
release
and
these
May,
videos
since April 21st, when Brown was shot and killed. Specifically Wednesday, protesters calling for a spendless Wednesday, not to spend money in Pasquotank County, to put economic pressure on county officials. One of their demands being the full release of video showing the death of Brown. There's extensive footage that we have not seen in this case. Now, we are coming up soon on when a judge will review.
I think it's over.
Yeah,
What?
we're doing Facebook Live.
Child shot.
I just want to let's make sure we are live.
What?
And,
What? A child was shot on the fucking highway a minute ago, dude. Like 10 minutes ago or an hour ago or something.
oh, okay. Oh, before we run into
Freeway shooting.
right.
Orange County.
So
Orange.
we're
in San Diego, maybe.
You're looking. What we're looking at right
Wait,
here is
where are we?
the aftermath, and I got to tell
The
you
fuck
guys
is
that are just
Orange?
joining us right
Sorry,
now.
I mean, where the heck
you
is
know,
Orange?
being first on scene is something that a lot of people like to tout about and make a big deal about.
Look at the
Sometimes it's something that
casings.
you really don't want to see.
Wow.
We're on Facebook Live right now, and I can tell you that Skyfox was here very, very early on when we first arrived. California Highway Patrol, and it looked like a family member was with that young child. We're because this is a little less formal. We can tell you that that it was probably about a 5-year-old, I would be guessing, and unconscious in the father's arms as they ran to the ambulance with that child. And then it was a moment or two, and then the ambulance left to make its way over to Children's Hospital of Orange County. Now, I have to be really super clear about all this. If you are local and you're probably hearing about all these windows being broken out on the freeway, and I'm Megan. More serious about these. Yes, definitely, Megan, and you know what? And I'll get back to what Megan's comment was, but definitely that's the route that all this is taking. Is we've been hearing a lot about these, the windows being broken out and the shootings that are happening out here on the freeways, especially in the Orange County area. And we were actually out here responding to one earlier this morning that was probably a pellet gun, and this clearly not a pellet gun. This was a lethal weapon. This was an actual gun. There's a clear bullet hole in the back of the car, and right now what you're looking at for that picture is actually California Highway Patrol and other detectives out here walking the freeway, just looking for anything that they can find. These are one of the we see a lot of things. I usually play light with a lot of stuff, and it's gotten me in trouble in the past. But something like this, there is absolutely it was beyond something you do not want to ever see or ever have happen to you or anybody you actually know. Right now, though, they are searching. There was early on. I can just kind of report what is going on, what's been happening. We did hear when we were trying to figure it out, actually, because we really weren't sure. When we pulled up on scene, what brought us here was a CHP call about shots fired. And so clearly we just thought it was another BB gun shooting. And then when we arrived here, there was a small child on the next to the car, and family members of what we believe to be a father and some California Highway Patrol. And then we thought, okay, well, maybe this isn't what it was, as advertised. Maybe it was something else. Maybe this was a child choking in a car or something. It's still not good, but the story has turned into is something terrible. Right now, this is like I said, we're just kind of looking at the investigation. If you are local, the 55 freeway is shut down north from the 22 right now.
Oh, it's close to me, dude.
They're starting their investigation.
This is really close.
We don't know the condition of the child. I'm really just
I take
waiting
that when
to
I go
hear
to Orange County.
anything about that. Right now, somebody's actually mentioning something about cameras. One of the vehicles that did stop, there was a number of what I would call concerned citizens, maybe, or possibly people that might have seen or heard something when we first arrived here. One of them was a Tesla, and we know from past stories that those Teslas have a number of cameras, 360-degree view, and maybe something can come from that. But right now, like I said, the only thing I can say is that it's in the hands of the officers, first responders, the fire department. I'd like to give them a shout out. I always am very much about giving praise to people who are the first responders. It was Orange County Fire Department, right, Vinny? Yeah, it was Orange County Fire Department, because I'm not very good with the Orange County area, and we did read the actual ambulance. So it was Orange County Fire that was here early on, and they got here very, very quickly, as of course that they would have been. And of course, California Highway Patrol, they had one of the medic's bags. It's still out there as part of the crime scene right now. So it is something very difficult to watch. It is unbelievable. We don't know if this is a copycat. This is the other thing about the story right now. We don't know, was this a copycat type of situation? Clearly this is not what we've been seeing earlier on. Everything else has pretty much been pellet guns. This was an actual weapon. This could have been road rage. This could have been something personal. All that stuff we don't know. But really, in the big picture, the why part really, you know, if they catch the guy, yes, the why part's very important. But right now, it's just that child. You just want to know, you know, is he okay? And what's going on with that? That's the big question right now, especially for everybody up here in Skyfox, and probably anybody who's watching as well, who is, you know, has any kind of heart at all. Right now, they're still walking. We did see him stop earlier on. I don't know if they actually saw something on the freeway. Yeah, and there's one guy farther behind right now, and but they didn't do a marker, but maybe they don't have to. Maybe they're just going to remember that spot and go back in a little bit later on. Yeah, but see, this is, somebody was talking about people in the neighborhood. This was happening on the freeway. This happened up on the freeway, so there's another officer. So maybe they did find something. I don't really know. I don't know if that what's going on right there. He's talking on the phone clearly, but maybe they did find something there on the freeway, and they're going to mark it. You know, a shell casing could be the piece of evidence that will bring that suspect to justice. We just don't know. But right now, freeway remains closed, and we are going to have to go get some fuel here in just a moment. Go ahead, base. Hang on. Right now. I'll try to get their IFB. I can't guarantee it, and okay, we'll try and do it. Guys, it's news now, and then we got to go after that. Anybody on Facebook? Sorry about that. This is not a pellet gun. This was a real gun. This is kind of the part of the behind the scenes. It is really behind the scenes, and I have to do some other work. So you guys can listen in, and we'll be here till we have to go get fuel, and hopefully this works. I don't think it will. Hello? Hello, hello, hello? Hello, hello, hello? Mike?
Dang. The traffic must be horrible on the other side, dude. I want to see it. Come on, Stu. Turn the camera around, boy. I want to see fucking traffic. It makes me feel better about not being in it. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not in that. I mean, no, we won't get that though. Hey, the fuel assist Fitzgerald. Hey, what? This is my old ship. What the fuck? Hey. Bro. I'm not even playing. This is my old ship, dude. What the fuck? I'm tripping out right now. I forgot it was stationed here. It used to be stationed somewhere else. Bro, that's my old fucking ship. Hey, it's still around, dude. I saw it. It said Fitzgerald when I clicked on it, but it says USS Russell there. The DDG 59. Hey.
Surveyor CR Gun 16.
You can fact check me to see if it used to be stationed in Pearl Harbor. Bro, look at that shit turns quick. Dude, I've been on that ship. I've lived on that ship. I've been on this flight deck and smoked cigarettes when I used to smoke, man. And this shit would be dark at night, dude. It'd be so dark it was scary. People could just throw you off the back of it if they wanted to while you were smoking a cigarette because you couldn't see anything once you first stepped outside. Simon's like, I'm out of here. You're freaking out. Like, what are the chances? I just click on it and it's the USS Russell coming into port. The chances of that happening. There's something outside he's looking at. Is that it? Looks like it. Oh man, they're off of it. They're off of it. I had that much time to see it coming in the port. Hold on, I want to see a better shot of it. That's not it. Wait, that's not it. That's not it. Look at that. Wait, that shit looks different. I swear they did some upgrades on it or something for the radar because a lot of it looks different. That's not it, dude. Hold up, that's not my ship. Where is it? I need to see a number on the side of it because that does not look anything like it used to look. They must have... No, that's the anchorage. Where is it at? It's set... That's it. That's it. I could only see the ass end of it a minute ago. But let me get a good shot of it. That's it. I was like, what in the hell am I looking at? That weird looking thing? Look at it. Dude, see how much it moves just coming into port? That's fun. I want to go back on it and show. Show the number. Boom! That's it, baby. That looks like a warship. That other thing looked like a fucking... It looked all squishy or something. It was rounded. USS Russell is like rounded. Looks like... Seriously, this ship. I've been on this ship. I lived on this ship. This flight deck. The other one, I couldn't tell. It was just showing me the butt of it. And saying it was my ship. This one's much smaller. Oh, bro, I haven't seen this thing in years. Literally, the last time I saw it, it was in the background of another, like they were doing a movie in Pearl Harbor.
Control 1, be retained. Open up 13 south and until it.
Permission granted.
It was like a Transformer type movie or something. I don't know. It was in the background of it. And I was like, oh shit, there's my ship. But it was still stationed out there. But now it's in San Diego.
Bravo Hotel 65, Beaver 2, gate 5 is closed.
Seeing it come in like this, I've never seen it come into port like this. I've only been on it when it did this. You know what I mean? Like I've never seen like these shots come zooming in on it and like doing all, like I've never known what exactly we looked like. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense, dude? So this is like these HD guys. This has never been possible, and now I'm getting to see. It's cool. Cause all this Cameron and shit wasn't there back then. What is this? They put a commercial in there and then they come back to it? Yeah. What these flags mean? It looks really small compared to most naval ships, right? Or most USN ships. I don't remember ever having a flag this big on it. Pretty sick. It looks all low pro. Dude, that thing looks like it's trying to blow some shit up. I feel like the other ones, not so much. This one looks quicker. Lower profile. I mean, it is just there's a frigate and then it's destroyer cruiser, the amphibious ships, and a carrier. So it is actually one of the smaller ships. It is made more for attacking and combat than an amphibious ship is made more for fixing shit and housing marines sometimes. We didn't have much extra space on board.
Control 1, be retreat.
Go for Control 1.
13 south is close. We'll be headed over to 10 north.
It's so little now that I see it. It looks so little, but when I was on it, it felt like it was pretty big. You know what I mean? Because I mean, it's a ship. But compare, like, I don't know, dude. After seeing it, it looks so little. That's embarrassing. I was on a little boat. This is Hancock. What class is it, or what kind, type of ship is it? Actually, hold up. I didn't know he zoomed in on it. I'll let him zoom in on it. That's pretty cool. See what this.
Control 1, be retreat.
This sailor's
Go for Control 1.
13 south is close. We'll be headed over to 10
Anybody's
north.
wondering, anyway, I'm looking at my old ship right now. I arbitrarily clicked on this camera and it happened to be showing my own ship coming into port, and it only showed like a minute of it before it went to another ship, so now I rewound it just to check out what it looked like. He's gonna zoom in a second. I just want to see what these sailors look like on there. For all I know, it's an integrated destroyer at this point. I don't know, like, that might be a thing. I know they were doing it with carriers when I was in. Here's this Ethan Allen. Indiana, hey. Welcome. It's a carrier? Okay. Can't tell if any of those are women. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, sick, dude. I've had watch up there too. That you see this area right here? Like, I've done watch it. Oh no, I went too far because Facebook sucks. Why didn't it, dude? Why did it do that? See how I'm pressing large screen and it's like, no, you gotta press this escape button to make it bigger now. Yeah, escape it. There you go. I tried to do this down here and it flipped it into another mode. Okay. This is a big ass gun. Boom. Actually, it vibrates the whole ship when this shoots. You can hear it in the very back. Like it'll, and if you're inside. This is a Sea Whiz. This thing right here shoots incoming missiles. It's a Gatling gun. This is just pretty much a radar with a bunch of ammo and a system that feeds it into this gun that shoots it extremely fast. What is this thing? I'm not really sure what that is. This is a radar. A passive radar thing. It's squishy too. You saw everything looks kind of like squishy? What is actually? That's a radar absorber. It's all over the ship on the sides of it. This is absorbent material. It's kind of squishy. What else do we got? This is radar. 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 All kinds of radar up here. Oh, right here, these people. That's what I was gonna. You see right here? There's a watch right here. And even like you don't have to be a captain or whatever to come up to. God, dude, Facebook has the worst rewind ability and fast forward ability on there. I don't even know how to fucking do it right. You got to go back 30 seconds, and it's like really irritating when I got people waiting on me and shit. Can I even do this? Okay, this will do 10 seconds. That's better. I'll remember that for next time. That's perfect. That's a good shot with the choppers in the background. But this right here is where a lookout is at night. And sonar constantly communicates with lookout. The sonar will communicate with lookout and ask them if they can see an object that we're seeing, and then they'll communicate with radar if they can't see it. Because sonar can see things before radar can oftentimes. Yo. But yeah, this is where everybody, there's a captain will sit up here, and then you have the messengers up here, and the captain doesn't steer the boat either. You know what? The lowest ranking people on the boat are the people that steer the ship. Actually, the lowest, like that, right? Like the peon job. They're known as deck seamen. The people that sign up and don't even have a job yet, oftentimes are the ones steering this multi-million-dollar warship. That's true, dude. At least that's how it was. I don't think they changed it. I mean, you can't really reckon them much. They don't steer into port. You know what I mean? Like, they pick somebody else for that. Let's see smart stuff on here.
Motor vessel Vendetta, this is
Oh, these are lifeboats. Oh my god, you fucking suck, dude. I hate fucking this shit. Facebook? Fuck you, dude. You're actually AIDS to use. Worse than YouTube. Every time. It's infuriating. I can't... What? It came in with another ship? See, dude, I'm fucking so, like... I'm overusing Facebook, dude. I don't use it for my personal shit at all. I have to use it for streaming because these streams don't exist anywhere else. Now I don't know where I was at, and I'm over it. We're over it. YouTube's not much better, dude, honestly. I'll be back, dude. I gotta take more medication. I can't do this right now without it. I wonder. I need to see the rest of the ship, dude. Whatever. Oh, these are lifeboats. They pop off when they get wet. Some crazy shit. Or you can do it manually. All these things, they're hanging on the side here.
Motor vessel Vendetta, this is USMV Warship, approximately 200 yards off your port beam, on channel 12, over.
These are fuck, are those torpedoes or missiles? I forget which. No, they're missiles. Pretty sure those are missiles, dude.
Motor vessel Vendetta, this is USMV Warship, 5'9", approximately 100 yards off your port beam, over.
Hey, this right here? Boom. Fuck you. Stupid. I didn't press that. And it goes, no, now you gotta press this, now you gotta press that. What the hell? I don't know this camera being there. Whoa, they got cameras now. What? They got cameras on, what was there? Maybe, what? I don't remember that though. What are all those? Are all those are lights, right? Cameras, are they? Dude, there are hatches right here. There are hatches that go below deck where they store all the ropes and shit. Rope storage. You hatch and you gotta dig down in here and get all the ropes out for attaching the ship. Because our division was on the back. That's where this is where we mustered at, on the very back. And it sucked though, mustering back here, because the fucking water, dude. In the morning, it was so cold. It was so cold, dude. And it would just be spritzing on the back of your neck, dude. Like, and you just had to stand there at attention or whatever, at ease or whatever. You couldn't, I mean, or at a parade rest, you couldn't just be like, it was usually attention because you're listening or some shit. Right? I can't remember. I just remember it was gross, dude. It was like, what? Come on, man. Stop spritzing on me, ocean. Psst. Psst. Because the ship's... The people at the top and the front didn't have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, on the stern, I forget the names of this shit. Stern, front, the bow. I don't know anymore. White uniforms. I don't know. Probably just because you know it's clean if it's not dirty and it's white. That's my best guess. Like, it's a way to tell that someone's clean without having to smell them. Shit's white. He's got to be clean. The sailors were known for being dirty, you know what I mean? They were known for being super dirty back in the day. I mean, look at Jack Sparrow, the famous one even. Everybody's okay with him looking like a nasty scrub. He's all gross and shit. Like, but like Navy made it a point to let everyone know that they were clean. Right? I mean, because you do keeping those things white is a motherfucker, dude. Actually, and plus you got to worry about over bleaching them, turning them yellow. And when you're 18, you know, you're a kid, you don't know how to do laundry. You're all super scared to screw your whites up, man. You know, and you gotta wear them. You gotta wear them a watch. You gotta wear them. You come to and out of port, so you don't want to mess them up. There's rumors about they'll grow if you dry them because it's polyester. I don't know what the fuck that flap is kind of weird, but I think it's because like used to their hair would get pretty gross, and it was like a flap to catch their hair grease or something. I don't really know, dude. They had to have that flap, I guess. The hat actually serves a dual purpose, like I guess for like for sun, as well as you could use it as a semi-flotation, like you can trap air in it and it helps you float. This is a weird hat though, ain't it? I used to be very particular about having my hat all curled at the end of it, all the way around. Everybody had their way of doing their hat. You know, it was like everybody could do a little something to it to be different. But that's about all you had. That's all you had, actually. And the quality of your military creases in your shirt, and whether or not you have those, or if they're permanents, which are like in the shirt all the time for cheating. Or the shoes. The shoes you could change up and have the pleather ones that are super shiny, the patent leather ones that you never have to polish. And those are pretty much cheating too. Never had any of those. I mean, a lot of people did, but I mean, you don't have to polish them, dude. What is that? It's not a real shoe. Get out of here, boy. Get out of here with your plastic shoe. Core frames, that's it. Yeah. Why do they call them that? That's the material. Right, I want to rewind it just a little bit, but oh, perfect. Okay. That's a good shot with the choppers in the background. This is my old ship, man. That's such a cool shot for the bird flying. And I always wanted to be stationed in San Diego, but the people took all the San Diego billets. Dude, I remember walking up all this, like, in the middle of the night, too. You could do whatever you want, you know? You're in the Navy already. You can walk this entire ship pretty much, except for the areas that are locked off, you know? Places you can't go will be locked off. You have to put a code to get in. Everywhere else, you're free to roam wherever. Like, in the middle of the night, if you want to walk up to the fucking bridge and walk across it and say hi to the people that are on watch, you're allowed to do that. I mean, you don't want to really do that because the captain's up there possibly. You don't really want to be like, hey, everybody, look at me. But you're actually allowed to, you know? So, you can go, because I remember I would go up in the middle of the night, sometimes go talk to the navigation dude, the dude that knew the flags and the, because the reason being is to get certain medals, qualifications. It's a surface warfare pin. To get that, you have to go from area to area in the ship and talk to people and learn about their job and learn the different things about it that are going to be on the test to get the ASWAS certification. And there's also a submariner certification. There's an air one also that you can get if you're in that field. So right there. But so you had to be able to walk around pretty freely on board the ship to get that kind of stuff taken care of. And they want you to so that you get more familiar with all the different areas so that if shit really does pop off, different people could possibly help fill in other jobs in a minor, you know, in a minimal situation. And that's why when you get that pin, a lot of people give you a lot more respect. Like, oh yeah, dude, you're one of us now. Now you're a real sailor. I never got that pin, man. I wanted to get that pin, but I didn't get to get it. I needed to be in longer. Dolphin pin, yeah, that's it. Dolphin pin on subs. That's the dolphins on it. What is it called? The perfect warfare pin for a surface ship, and that'd be this one. Third. Boom. Put the other one. The service warfare qualification specialist program approved, followed by the immediately. Yeah. Yeah, this goes all into it. You get a lot more respect once you get that pin, though. 100. Dude, this thing looks like it's for, what is that? It looks like it's for putting depth charges over the side or something. Maybe it's just a lift? I can't remember that.
Motor vessel Vendetta, this is USNV Warship, approximately 200 yards off your port bearing on channel 12, over.
So it's got COs at the front and the back, as you can see. And this right here for sure is torpedoes. This is a torpedo. It's covered up with something right now though, but what it does is it pivots over to the side of the ship. They load a torpedo in it and they press a button. They got the control somewhere, but that, like, you probably wondered if a surface ship has torpedoes, and yes they do, but it's a super kind of clunky system. It's not just ready to go bloomp. And like, I'm not really sure what these are though. Unless these are the torpedoes that they pull down and they load into here, which is quite possible. I'm not really 100% on that. I can't remember. Anybody remember what the fuck these are? I should know that, dude. Like I said, these are lifeboats. Those are not depth charges. Those are lifeboats, and they're all over the sides of the ship. They go off when they get wet, or I think they might be able to be deployed as well. But I don't know. I remember them just going off to get wet for some reason. Because you don't need a fucking lifeboat until the ship's actually sinking, maybe. Probably. I don't know, dude. Because I don't remember ever getting trained on how to release a lifeboat. That's the weird thing. So they must only pop off if they get wet, and we're supposed to just jump off the ship and float with our clothing. Because I remember getting taught how to do that. Let me take your clothing off and start swimming with it. You turn your pants into life vest, but we also have a special life vest now in the Navy that have CO2 cartridges in them, and they inflate when they get zip the thing pulled or wet. Check out the movie Greyhound. Probably. What's it about? Dude, you can see this is where the engine exhaust is coming out. You can see the difference in the way the air looks right there. Pretty trippy.
This is USNV Warship.
I seriously don't remember. This is a door right here. There's a watch station right here, and it's where I lost a book called Getting It On. I left it sitting, this exact watch station, not another ship's watch station, this right in there. I left a book. It was in Hawaii called Getting It On. I was on watch, and it wasn't there when I went back to go look for it, dude. I bought it in San Diego and it wasn't there, and I was upset about it because like I didn't want to have to go buy it again because it's kind of embarrassing. It's a book about sex. It's a really good book though. You should check it out. Getting It On. There's been like 3 revisions since then. One of the best-selling books of all time for the subject. Multi-sex, both sexes, and the third one. But it wasn't there. It's still not there. Know it.
5-9, approximately 100 yards off your port.
Oh, and the torpedo men, these guys that controlled this, the reason why I know about them is because they were in our division. They would muster with us in the morning. They were in a combat division. Sonar's in combat division. That sounds like hardcore, doesn't it? Dude, this is so sick. I didn't know this was on the Russell Day. It had a different title on when I first clicked on it earlier. And then after I clicked, it changed to USS Russell DG-59. I'm tripping out, dude.
Sailboat, this is Warship 111, over.
No, don't go to 111. Get out of here, punk. Hopefully he stays with the Russell, but they're probably gonna get off of it now to go to the other one.
Warship 111, this is the Blue Hold sailboat off your port side. Are you calling me, over?
That's pretty sick. They just call each other warship. That's right, sailboat. You're talking to the right one. Get the fuck out the way. Brrrr.
That is a negative.
Oops. Who's he talking to?
Warship 5911 up your starboard bow, hailing channel 1600.
Hey, is that
Warship. Sailboat, this is Warship 111 off of your port bow, over.
I wonder how... Oh, he said Russell in the background. Hey,
111
I wonder how far away they're able to...
This is Warship 59, roger, over.
Good morning, Captain. It's our to meet you. Port support, over.
Yes, Captain, this is Warship 59, concur. We're in a starboard turn and see you port to port. This is Warship 59, saying by channel 13 out.
He sounds proper as hell. Fuck nah.
Warship 111 is welcome home.
5-9 sounded good, dude. It sounded professional, clear. Bro. World War II movie about sub chasing the U.S. ship in the Atlantic. Is it like U-571? Is it a U-571 remake? We won't fast forward, dude.
And a shot of chain.
But
Bridge time this morning, over.
Warship 5-9, this is sailing vessel elusive off your starboard bow, channel 16, over.
Warship 5-9 is San Diego, control 1. Go ahead.
Good morning, this is 5-9, looking to confirm tugs and pilot for our bridge time this morning, over.
Warship 5-9, this is San Diego, control 1. Your bridge time is 1000 with tugs of Tractor 6, Tractor 11, and your pilot is Captain Dolan.
talking about the tugs that are pulling them in.
This is 5-9, I copy all, standing by on channel 12 and 13 out.
San Diego, control 1, copy.
Because once they get a certain distance into the port, tugs take over, and tugs push them into port. Because they can be more agile with the controls. As well as they know the ins and outs of the port like the back of their hand, because they do it every day. Those tug operators are amazing, actually. Those tugs are like monster trucks, dude. They're like Bigfoot monster trucks out there in the ports. Anybody's ever seen it? It's quite a sight to see the tugs at work doing their. It's a ballet between two tugs normally, pushing the front and the rear of the boat.
Dominic's on his way to your trailer.
You probably don't get to see it though.
Dominic's on his way. Control 1, Beaver 3, 10 north is closed, we're standing by.
10 north side.
Was that one of the tugs? And I'm on the way to your worship, essay. That's what I want to imagine them as in San Diego forever now. Hell yeah. That's some Thomas the Tugboat shit. Hey, wait, I'm on the way to your worship, my friend. We'll get you situated. Arriba, ese, let's go. Why not? Because, I mean, to work in those ports, you normally have to, it's like you're in the family. You know, you've known somebody who's known somebody. It's really, even here it's hard to get into ports, but I imagine it being even harder down there. Because it's more tropical.
Hey, you want us to rig this shit up for you?
And closer to Mexico. But, yeah, there could be some Mexicans doing that. Pass it down. Generation and generation tugboat operators.
You guys can do that, bring it up, and we'll land it over here. That'll be great.
I wonder if this is. They might be coming back from their 6-month deployment, and that's why that flag's so big. You know, because I don't know if it's normal for them to have a flag quite that big on the mast. But if they came back from a 6-month, then you know they've been gone for a while. They've been in the Middle East and been chilling, and they're wanting everybody to know they're back. Not really sure. Looks sick though. I wonder if we could find out if they're just now getting back. Like if that's probably. Let's see. They have a Facebook page. Here. May 12th, they were in with the Bunker Hill.
Radio check, radio check. This is sailing vessel Rebirth.
Oh, they were war on the Gulf of Alaska as part of a continuing U.S. Pacific Air Forces-led joint U.S. Indo-Pacific Command exercise with the carrier group. Gulf of Alaska. So that's where they were. Pretty sick. I don't know, man. You're probably still banned on the other channel if you're banned over there. You don't just automatically get unbanned, dude. You know what I mean? Locked up. Locked up. I want to see if there's another camera angle. Sometimes it switches. Oh, look, there's a Coronado Bridge in the background of it. That's pretty sick, too. Oh, man. Is it? Oh, okay, it's right there. There it is. Okay. I did. I think that's it. Is it? No, because it has a big ass flag on it. Yeah, see? They must have accomplished something by getting on that, that was cool, dude. What are the chances? See, no one else has a flag that big on their mask, dude. That was sick, dude. They actually were like, America, fuck yeah. I might, oh, hold up. Damn it. I want to keep this one. Let me see if they upload these every day. Oh yeah. Okay, I want to keep this one. Oh. Good. Whoa, Bitcoin. What are you doing?
Nothing in those cases indicates to me that I have to hold a hearing. I don't have the time to hold a hearing between now and the beginning of this trial date. And we're not going to hold a hearing. And I understand your position. My finding has been that your client's rights will be protected in the same manner as any other defendant when you have issues that might be raised before a jury that may or may not come out. It's your decision whether or not you question them about that. My ruling is that those case law that I see do not require that we have a hearing pre-trial for you to be able to determine this fact, or for me to be able to determine it. We'll determine it at trial.
And I assume we'll be allowed to cross-examine and put on proof at this Bishop motion hearing.
Why would you be able to put on proof as showing that the corroboration of the state has the burden? So, and what you're wanting to do is you're, again, wanting to have a mini trial where you get to call witnesses and put on proof regarding that. The trustworthiness of it, as far as the admission part, is only requiring under the Bishop case that I find corroboration. I find the corroboration. The jury determines whether that evidence of that confession is trustworthy and should be believed, or untrustworthy and should not be believed. The question of whether it's a false confession or not is the jury question. The question of whether that should come in because there is some more than a scintilla of corroborating evidence is one I have to make, and I will make that during the trial.
But we can cross-examine witnesses.
You can cross.
Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. This is what that one I came across the other day. She restreams Amaranth and gets a bunch of Arabic people watching it. 893, 900 people are in here watching a restream of Amaranth. Dude. All speaking in Arabic, mostly. That's all you gotta do to get your channel popping off. Apparently. He's restream a titty streamer. That's all you gotta do, huh? Oh, but this is, he's restreaming it though. My god. This is 900 people watching a restream of Amaranth. I could just go watch it live. Like, oh, I forgot Corinne's live too. She's actually live with the camera this time. But I don't know if I want to listen to it. You guys get in trouble for streaming this.
Oh, 4 or 5 hours.
Okay, and Jonna Berry was the person who assisted you at the field, is that right?
Yes, she did.
Okay, and was she with you on the time whenever you examined the Malibu at the Sally Port or at the garage at the sheriff's office in Montezuma?
Yes, she was.
Okay. And did she also assist you in the search of the Malibu on August 22nd of 2018?
Yes, she did.
And I may have already asked you this, but the trunk liners that you removed from the vehicle, we'll go back to State's Exhibit 43. These liners that we see here, correct?
Yes, we removed the top liner, the 2 side liners, and the bottom liner.
What? Hey, did y'all read that?
All, taken and kept at the DCI lab for analysis or at the sheriff's office to be tested for analysis.
This I claimed the amnesia defense on it. I don't, and it was literally like minutes after he put some chick in his trunk.
At any time during your examination of the Malibu, or the location where Molly Tibbetts was located, did you ever have access to any blood or bodily fluid of Molly Tibbetts?
No.
My lats are sore. That's good.
All right, hang on a second. At this time, I have no further questions of Ms. Johnson. Thank you.
Defense may cross-examine.
Ms. Johnson, a couple questions. First of all, what does cross-contamination mean?
Cross-contamination could occur if something got dirty, or someone else's DNA got mixed with a sample, possibly.
I would assume that the lab has pretty strict procedures when making sure that there's no cross-contamination.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
With your office, are there any safeguards that you have when you're processing a scene? What do you wear? Do you wear gloves? Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. When we are processing at the scene, we are wearing usually a nitrile glove, and we use swabs that are in a sealed condition prior to opening them to collect a sample. And then the samples are placed in a box and placed in an envelope and sealed prior to submission.
Let me ask you, I guess, a more clear question. I know, and I'll ask you about the specific pictures in a bit, but I know that there's some pictures that have people that have shoes. Their shoes are covered with kind of a blue plastic suit, and it seems to be covering their entire body also.
There were some people from the medical examiner's office that were more clothed, had more PPE, personal protective equipment, than what I would typically wear at a crime scene.
All right. And when you arrived, or when you responded to the crime scene, and so specifically the place where Molly Tibbetts' body was, what did you, and not what did you wear that day, like what did you wear, but what personal protective equipment did you have on?
I had on our regular uniform and nitrile gloves.
Why do you wear gloves when you're dealing with evidence?
Depending on what the evidence is, I especially don't want to leave my fingerprints on items, or also in the case of DNA, you can leave epithelial cells that would leave your DNA on an item.
Have you heard of cases where police officers' DNA has been found with the items submitted?
Yes, I believe that happens.
And sometimes there's, I guess, sometimes there's no way to prevent that. Sometimes officers are responding to a very emergent situation that they need to deal with. Is that right?
Yes.
But the best practices would be for officers, once the situation is cleared and there's no emergent situation, the best practice would be to wear gloves. Is that right?
Yes, and I think that's more for their protection also, not just to protect the evidence.
Now, the car, this Malibu that you looked at, you were called at approximately 3:30 on August 20th, 2018. Is that right?
Yes.
And how is it that your office is involved in something?
Well, we typically get involved when our agents request our assistance because they may not have the capabilities or the equipment to process the scenes properly, fully.
So someone called, do they call you directly on your cell phone, or what is it that, how do they get you involved?
Yes, we, each of us within the criminalistics laboratory carries a cell phone now as our way of communicating with other people. So they can contact us directly.
Who contacted you directly to become involved in this case?
Special Agent in Charge, Rick Ron.
And that was at 3:30 p.m., is that correct?
Approximately.
What did he tell you about the reason he wanted you to become involved?
He said that there were some vehicles that needed to be processed.
Was it your understanding that that there was an interview going on at the same time?
Yes.
And so specifically, you were aware, and maybe not aware specifically that my client was being interviewed, but you were aware that there was a suspect being interviewed simultaneously with your work. Is that right?
I believe it was a person of interest that was being interviewed at that time.
And so what they wanted you to do is to search for any clues or any information that could be useful to them. Is that correct?
I am not exactly sure of their intentions, but I suppose that could be helpful to them, yes.
Well, let me ask you this. While you're searching, are you giving any updates to Rick Ron or another law enforcement officer?
Yes, I did give an update of our processing.
And what was the update? What did you say?
The one update that I gave was about the brown hairs that we found in the trunk.
Okay. What did you say that you found in the trunk?
I said that we found long brown hairs in the trunk.
Now, what I'm wondering is there's no hairs that were actually, there were no hairs that were actually looked at or examined at the DCI. Is that correct?
I'm not sure what happened with the hairs, if that's beyond my expertise.
Have you reviewed Tara Scott's, have you reviewed her report?
No.
So you're not aware that she never tested those hairs?
I do not know what was done with the hairs.
Did you convey any more information that could be of assistance to law enforcement?
I asked them at the end of our processing, I requested that the vehicle be submitted to the laboratory because my equipment was not working properly.
One of the things that I note is there were several different kids items that were found in the Chevy Malibu. Is that right?
Yes.
And specifically, kids items that were found. There was a SpongeBob plastic bag, is that right?
Yes, that was in the trunk.
There was a pink child's toy?
Yes.
Where was that found?
In the trunk.
There was a car seat that was found?
Yes, it was in the back seat of the car.
And there were other items associated with a child, is that right?
Possibly.
Now, you noted in your report that there was a latex glove described as a gray glove from the trunk interior of the black Malibu, is that right?
Yes.
I'm going to publish State's Exhibit 43. It's already in evidence.
43?
Yes.
I got it here, Scott.
We got it.
You don't want me to look it up?
That's the exhibit showing the Malibu trunk, is that correct?
Yes.
It is. I don't see a gray glove there. Could you explain that, ma'am?
Sure. It's located behind the football.
Sorry.
Were there any pictures documenting where that gray glove was found?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Not let me install another OBS while this one's running. Man, talking about another one right now. Yep, I'm at the end of this so I can go and get OBS set up, get everything off of Streamlabs. It's not gonna let me do it while I'm live. Tells me I have a version of OBS running. Quit that before proceeding. That's what I'm gonna do today. Gotta go do that. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of work, but it'll give me more more options because Streamlabs has held me back now. Yep. Nope. Gotta go early today. Hey, Daily Ballers, thank you for putting in the time and effort into the stream. Number 1, Mr. Wild Bill 47, 130. Number 2, Spectre 130. Number 3, man, how y'all get so many points? It's crazy. Number 3, Carol the Tiger Lady, 80. We got number 4, Barbara. Number 5, Nick Random Man. Number 6, 5D. Number 7, Jim Ass. Number 8, Ted Bell. Number 9, S Hot Glass. Number 10, Margaret S. Hey, the list. Oh yeah, thanks, man. Thank you. Daily hours are as listed. What the heck did I call them? Number 10, number top 10 daily hours. Number 1, this Robert for Dylan with 1.08. Number 2, Speckle tied it up, 1.08. Number 3, Kill Tiger Lady, 0.67. Then we got number 4, Barbara. Number 5, Next Random Man. Number 6, Fight D. Number 7, JMS. Number 8, Ted Bell. Number 9, S High Class. Number 10, Mark Bass. Overall, these are the people, the overall people. Have a great day, you too, Barbara. Number 10, number 1, the top 10 Doe holders. Number 1, Speckett, 2.7 mil. Number 2, Xenofast, 1.9 mil. Number 3 is Zero at 1.8 mil. Then we have number 4, Bunny Ivy. Number 5, Matt Thompson. 6, Mr. Wild Bill 47. Number 7, Triple Collins. Number 8, Susan Moore Sharky. Number 9, Ruby Oshit. Number 10, Wicked Angel. Wicked Angel. We got top hours. These are the overall. Oh. There you go. Top 15 hours. Number 1, Spec at 1,464. Number 2, Main Man Chris at 1,028. Number 3, Ted Thomas at 1,001. Ayo, then we had number 4, Lonnie Ivy. Number 5, Dapper Rose. Number 6, Bob Bitcoin Cash Bush. Number 7, Gold Coin 100. Number 8, Gino Pass. Number 9, Wick Angela. 10, ET99. 11, Uncle Wayne. 12, Prince Barbecue. 13, Mr. Wild Bill 47. 14, Soul Brother Jane. 15, High Class. That's all of them. Well, all the booms have been done. I have done all the booms. Thank you all for coming by. Spec, Nathan Randleman, Barbara, that was Tiger Lady, Mark Bass, Internet Guide, Daniel Flores, S.I. Glass. You saw him in order to take a psyche eval. Thanks. Bill, Miss Bill, later on, Polar Doom, take it easy. Thank you, sir. Huh. High school, Barbara. I missed that earlier. That is a Guadalcanal. Ceasefire. I don't know shit about Ceasefire Perfect Society. Sorry, dude. Really don't. I don't know what's gonna happen. But thanks for coming by. Hey, you and Tabell. Hey, y'all came by. Thanks for greeting you too, man. Oh. Rescue training. Nathan did rescue training, dude, on a boat. Oh shit. Brogan May was here. Dude, Internet Guide. Take it easy, 5D. Take it easy. So with the J. Dracula cam, by the way, y'all go check that out. Hey, Brian Nusslepickle was here. Cheryl the Enforcer was here too, dude. MS, there he was. Right there. Oh, Hydrus. Right there too. Take it easy, man. Banana was here. Thank you, man. Just in time. Later, yo. Safe. Alright then. I love you guys. Have a good day.